Yes, everybody, welcome back to another brew. I'm on a tea. We got Trev on water. He didn't want a brew. And we got Jay's on a brew as well. That's a nice mug.
Yeah, it's all right.
How's it all going? Right, so today is allegedly Jadon Sancho deadline day, and the oracle of the transfer window, Fabrizio Romano, has just twittered. I'm not buying it, mate. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But here's what the tweet is. It says, Michael Zorc... Oh, how you doing, Trev? Welcome to the brew.
Straight in. Don't even acknowledge.
Totally not flopping. Not buying it.
Doesn't answer anything really. That
Not-
does it. It's
not buying it, yeah.
Meaningless.
Well, I'm like that. I've always been of the way that transfer speculation does me head in. So until I see them in a red shirt.
Oh, don't be like that, Trev.
Seriously.
Oh, come on. It's a
Just let
cop-out,
it,
that, though, isn't it?
You must have seen him on Twitter. He's not into it. He's
no,
not
but
into
honestly,
it.
I'll tell you, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's like, he used to work at United, right? And, we used to have meetings with Sir Alex, you know what I mean, like once, twice a year, so like junior coaches and everybody would be sat there, stuff like that. And he'd always say, and I loved it, he'd said, didn't bother, son. Like that. Didn't bother about transfer speculation.
Irish?
Until we see, Welsh, until we see him in the shirt. And he's right, because we're Man United.
I know things can go tits up right up until that moment.
Unless, of course, it's John Obi McCallum,
Yeah.
even when he's in a United shirt.
Well, there you go. There we go. But
Don't
he
worry about
wasn't even in a United shirt, was he? He didn't even get a United shirt.
No, he was sat in a press conference
Yeah,
wearing a
he went
United
his press
shirt.
conference, and that was as close we got
20
to
minutes
it.
later, he's playing for
He
Chelsea.
got Chelsea. But no, I honestly, mate, I am. My mates laugh at me and they go, and you're probably I said, no, I'm not interested. When I see them in a United shirt coming out of that tunnel, or because I've got no people there and he says to me, he's in, I'll believe it. But all this speculation crap.
All the speculation aside.
Well, that's the end of that video then.
All the speculation aside, all the speculation crap, as you put it, is Jadon Sancho someone you'd want to see at United? Is he a player that you
And I've got to be honest again, I've not seen enough of him.
Well, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Joe, just turn the gain up on our three mics.
I've not seen enough of him. And do you know what? It's not the kid's fault because again,
Max it
everything
out.
is 100 mil, 120 mil. Do you know what I mean? And it's not the kid's fault because if he comes and then, which football fans, I say that in inverted commas because I'm still one of them cynical people. Like we have 75,000 go and 70,000 don't know shit all about the game after 2 minutes of slagging your players
There are
down.
people that are more fans of transfers than football.
Do you know what I mean? And I just think to myself, if the kid comes, just let's see what he's about. Let him sell. I mean, it's an exciting prospect. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've seen little bits of him on TV and stuff like that. But as we know, if you look at a few of the players that have come to Man United from other places, coming to the Premiership is a massive, massive step. Bailly, Lindelof. Now, for me, right, obviously, because
Yes, Steve.
Well, I got that one for then.
You know exactly what he's on about.
we bought him
Hey.
in. We bought them in, and it's like the Portuguese lads and this and that like him. But they come to Premiership, mate. And they haven't progressed as they should have progressed. You've got to hit the ground running, haven't you? And there's going to be a lot of pressure on this young kid if he comes in. There's going to be a lot of pressure. But I'm one to say, if you're old enough, you're good enough. Do you know what I mean? I want to see the kids put in and give him a chance. Because if they were foreign, they would do that because they invest in foreign. That's always been the case. Jose, what's it called? Jesus. Do you know what I mean? 18 playing at Man City's first team. Like that would happen at United. I mean, your tweets were going about that Bellingham. I was just laughing and thinking it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why are we going to get this kid at 16? He's not going to be playing in midfield.
No, I thought, okay, good prospect, few years down the line. But do people think it was like him or Matic for next season? Like he was never going to take someone's starting place, was he?
That's the point.
And that's what United have to improve is our starting 11. Not our squad. Although you
Matic-
do need to do that as well.
Yeah, so honestly, Dan, are you telling me he's wanted a 3-year contract?
No.
Because
I don't know how that happened.
Because
That seemed
pre-lockdown,
very
pre-lockdown, what was it
old
like?
TT.
Pre-lockdown, everyone's going. Now, when he first come in, I was thinking, oh my God. And my mates are Chelsea fans, and he said, Trev, you got to bargain it. And he played, and I'm thinking, this kid's great.
He was like
great
he was like a leader
can
as well.
link,
He was very
he can link
talkative.
things in. And then he just obviously got tired or whatever, and a few injuries kicked in, and his legs went. I'm thinking, no. And if it was McTominay and Fred, you must be thinking, what have I got to do, really? Because they could do his job. They could do his job and still free up Bruno and the other fella. Pogba.
Your mate.
The other fella. Do you know what I mean? To do what they do. Do you know what I mean? So post
What's going on here, Trev?
in terms of Pogba, I just want commitment.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen,
if he signs a new deal,
listen,
there's
an exceptional player
shut
in
up
there.
to our kid.
There's an exceptional player in there, right? No one doubts his ability. What everybody doubts, really, is his application. And that is the common denominator with this kid. Do you know what I mean? I've seen him live. I've seen him come through the ranks, know what he's about. The youth team, with all them lads, Jesse, do you know what I mean? Ravel. They were a phenomenal youth team, them kids. And Pogba was instrumental in that. But I will say, and I'll always say it, he could not lace Ravel's boots.
We were talking about this before when we watched that team. I watched that team. I went to the final. Sheffield United in the final. I went to that. I think was it Chelsea in the semis?
Yeah.
I think so. And for me, Ravel was a standout player, and I've always said that he was. And I know people go, when I sat there and watched that, 9 years ago, I remember saying Ravel Morrison
didn't win Player of the Year though.
No, he didn't. And I, we had a good team. We were talking before, like Cliff, players like Keane, other players that were sort of held that team together as well.
Pearson Reds, mate.
There was it was a quality team throughout that team. It wasn't just one or two.
Yeah.
But for me, Ravel was a standout, closely followed by Paul Pogba, if I'm being honest.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, and that's the sad thing about it. Obviously, like I said, knowing the kid personally, you know what I mean, knowing what they're about. Do you know what I mean? It's the way it goes. Obviously, it's been well documented about scenarios. But again, a lot of people don't know the backstory to it, and that's the same thing that's happening at the moment. I think in terms of Jesse, do you know what I mean? People don't really know the backstory, stuff like that, and when you're asked to do certain things within the club and you love Man United and you do anything for Man United, you do it, which may be detrimental to your performances. And if your performances are bad, we're not a forgiving stadium, are we?
No.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, if people can you don't mind.
I think the stadium can be though. It's more online, I see. Online's brutal,
isn't it?
But in the stadium, I think there's a little bit more patience still.
Right. But I mean,
I'd agree with that.
If we can be a stadium where, I don't know if you've probably not been old enough, but I've seen them with banners, Giggsy out. Giggsy out.
I remember Giggs getting booed.
Booed?
I remember him getting booed. I do. I remember that.
Giggsy out.
I remember Van Nistelrooy getting
and you're
booed.
like, what?
Yeah.
So we are quite unforgiving, I think. But maybe they may be the day trippers. I don't know. The day trippers, I don't know. But like you say, Twitter now.
How'd you go to the Old Trafford with a banner with Giggsy out?
But honestly, mate.
What are you doing there, son? Shut Dad.
Do you know what I mean?
Making a fucking banner.
I mean, and then
What's
that's
on the
it.
banner?
You just think some of the stuff. I mean, I go in, you mean, you sit in there for 2 minutes and the slating players, I'm like, no, Trev, shut up. I'm chanting in my head. I'm chanting on it in my head. I'm chanting because that's what I do to keep me staying. Because I know there's going to be an instance where I say to this bloke, mate, it is 3:03. And you have just abused, A, B, and C because he's not got to a ball or because of that. Jesus.
I used to give Gary Neville shit.
Did you?
Yeah, when my old seat was, I was in East Lower, so just at the bottom of K stand, and it was right on the line of the box.
Yeah.
So Gary Neville was just always in my eye line, and for his last couple of years, he was shit. So this was a phrase I might have said once or twice. Oh, fuck off, Neville.
But here's one for you then. So I was, because obviously as a coach, you used to have to sit in the academy stand, right, which is near the tunnel. You know what I mean? And we were playing Arsenal in the cup, and I don't even remember it. And Henri had picked the ball up at the halfway line. And what I get really frustrated is as a coach is when defenders don't commit. Don't back off into the box. You back off into the 18-yard box. There comes a time where you can't tackle them. And the forward or the striker will see that and go, and it's either you win it or it's a pen. So commit yourself further up the field. Do you know what I mean? So he has to beat you, doesn't he? Or he has to pass. But at least you've got a chance of maybe recovering then. Anyway, Henri picked the ball up at the halfway line and he's bearing down on Neville. I'm going, press him, press the ball. And I mean, I'm not thinking, I'm thinking out loud, I'm not realising, press the ball, press it. Next minute, he's dropped his shoulder, gone inside, but bang, goal. I'm like, fuck's sake, Neville. Next minute, these three heads turn around and look at me. One's a girl and a lad and someone else. And I went, what? I'm right though. And this bloke behind me says, yeah, he is fucking right. You should have fucking tackled him up the pit. Afterwards, going to the players' lounge.
What?
Who is it? Neville's sister.
I was going to say.
What's she called it? The basketball, the netball girl.
Is it Tracy Neville?
Tracy, yeah.
I was about to say, is that Tracy Neville?
Mate, they look like that. So obviously she's so G. And I used to be quite friendly with him. Never known a few lads. Well, he spoke after that.
Really?
But he's different now. I mean, he's different. I think he's different. Do you know what I mean? But it's funny, and that's a difficulty of when you're a fan. and you work there as well, and you see things you don't actually realise, do you? And it's like, you know.
That's understandable though. That's criticising or not being happy about something that you can see needs doing. Sometimes it's just bluster. It's just nonsense for the sake of shouting.
Fuck off out of our club.
Yeah.
What's that about?
What before anything, or my favourite? I see some. I know Twitter. You can't look too much in it, but you know what? I hope we lose today. Get rid of him.
What's that about?
Yeah, I've seen them ones. Like, I hope Jose beats us today, so get rid of Ollie.
I can only assume those people have no mates.
Yeah, what are you on about? I've never wanted that.
You just think,
Fuck off.
And it gives them. You just get, and you think it just sets that fire, doesn't it? You know, like, you know, I talk about Jesse because you know what I mean. Obviously, you know what I mean. He's one of my boys, isn't he? You know what I mean. And whether you think he may be coming to the end of his United kit, whatever, but he's United. I can speak United. That kid is through and through Man United, and he will die for United. He'll go through brick walls for United. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, he's not had a great season, like you say, and obviously things are coming out now about the reason for that. Do you know what I mean? But if your manager asks you to go through that wall, and you're not fit and you're not ill, you're going to do that. You're going to do that. You know what I mean? But when you're on Twitter and you go, you can do something positive on Twitter. Like you might have donated whatever, and then someone goes, "Yeah, fuck off out the club."
It's true, and it wasn't. Do you know what? It wasn't that long ago that Marcus was getting the same thing.
Marcus was getting.
He was getting exactly the same thing.
Correct.
Yeah,
Start of the season.
I'm done with him. He can fuck up. What? What, the 21-year-old who's scored like 50 goals for us? Yeah, he can get out of my club. What are you on about?
What saved Marcus is a little bit is obviously the government thing, which is funny because I've seen a tweet today and it said we're the first club to create history by doing the treble. We're the first club to do back-to-back doubles. And we're the first club to change government policy. Show me, which is,
when's the parade?
Which is funny.
Well, there's other clubs change government policy, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah,
one.
Right.
We've got a super chat here from Zachary. It says Zorka's just announced the deal is off and his contract extended a further year last summer. No. You don't announce that his contract was extended last summer today.
Do you know what I mean?
That's just a fact. His contract was extended. It's not. I saw a lot of people in the comments, and that's why I was reading the comments rather than diving in with you then, because I was just making sure what the crack is. He's not had another contract extension. He extended his contract last summer.
Right.
He's a bit of a not a loose cannon, this Zork, but he talks a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Every day he says something else, and I don't know how you can
up.
put much weight into what
Anyone
he's saying.
behind the camera there want to go and pull up every instance where he said, over my dead body am I selling him?
Yeah.
3 days later, bosh.
He does talk a lot. He's like a sort of, what's his name? Gally Cook type character. Remember him? I miss him. I miss those days.
There's an amazing book which I think is called The Club,
Right.
about basically how money just flooded into the Premier League 1993 onwards. And there's a whole chapter on Gary Cook.
He was amazing.
It's fantastic.
Really?
Honestly, his box office.
He is everything. Until it obviously went horribly wrong, like across the line, but he was hilarious.
Less than a fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah,
You up?
he was.
So, Dembele, here we go. Michael Zorc. Borussia Dortmund have ended speculation that French international Ousmane Dembele could leave the club after one season. Blah, blah, blah. He says, what we've seen from him was extraordinary, both in his value for the team and his development. You can always get the feeling he can do something special. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the line?
No way Dembele will leave.
All right, yeah, and he says, no way Dembele will leave.
You know
And
what?
that was just before he signed for Barcelona.
Today's game is just it's just mad, isn't it? Because players can kiss badges. When we first started, didn't we? Players used to kiss badges and and then we'll never leave. And this is my club, and they go because the black and white matter of it is like money talks.
Of course it
End
does.
of. Do you know what I mean? The end of. And whether you like it or not, people go, oh yeah, well, it's not. It's market forces that force the players transfer and the wages to go up. And if someone says to you now, right, yeah, come and do my podcast, forget that one, and I'll give you whatever, £2 a week.
Double his wage.
You double his wage. You're going for it, aren't you? No, but you know what I mean? And it just really annoys me when all these people going, he's never going anywhere, he's never doing this, and the next minute.
You can never talk in absolutes like that.
Have you seen the hysteria at the moment? I mean, I want to change it for them across the road.
What? Oh yeah,
Foundation Coffee.
you showed me.
I showed you, didn't I?
Yesterday.
Foundation Coffee House.
yeah.
Hey.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you know what I mean? And you just think to yourself, the hysteria is just unbelievable.
But they hate it if you like any United fan mentions it.
Whoa.
Oh, we don't look happy. What do you know? He loves
Do you know what I mean?
it.
Like, listen, if people are gonna go, they're gonna go. I truly believed. You know what I mean? I wanted Jose in. Right. I was a Jose man. Right. All right. Let's take into context. Yeah, the style of football weren't great, but in terms of how he is, we had two of the best coaches in Europe, one defensively and one offensively. Do you know what I mean? Now, for me, I think because of politics at United, we didn't bring him in after Fergie, which we should have done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because if Moyes had took us to the quarter-final of the Champions League, where he could have took us, I'm not saying we would have won the final, but I just think he could have gone further, right?
I think Mourinho got at least 25% more out of Moyes' team because he loved the old soldiers.
Right,
didn't
there
he?
you go.
And he had old soldiers,
Yeah.
and he knew how to let them have a day
Yeah.
off here and there to
Yeah.
keep them going.
That's right. And I just think, listen, at the end of the day, for me, I just thought at that time, Jose and Pep were going, right, we want to go down in history as the first manager that has managed every top team in Europe. Do you know what I mean? So, obviously they're talking about him going into Juventus, weren't they, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if you look at it, so it's Man United or Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, you know what I mean? Look at your CV there.
Yeah.
When you're a 70-year-old man, what do you manage? Just bang.
Just
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's weird. People make me laugh when they go, "He'll never go." If someone come for Dembele now and go, "Yeah, we're giving you 400 grand a week," I'll have it out.
Yeah, like we've seen it, haven't we? With some of the biggest players in the world who've gone. You think, they'll never leave. No one thought, going back a bit, but no one thought Figo would leave Barca and go to Real Madrid. No one. He won't do that. He'll never do that.
Yeah.
And he did. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But is that because football's a great
How'd you get a
thing?
pig's head in the stadium?
I don't know. That's so weird. That,
I
innit?
can't have the
Do you know what? I was
fucking
thinking
little-
that.
From Greta, wasn't it? From corner. What the?
I love it when, was it the Barcelona president or whatever, it was his own fault for taking corners. It's like, it's not.
Listen, if you can get a flare in, you can get a pig's head in.
That's true.
Adam, I knew this would come up today. Did you see the video from last night? Ollie said they want more cash. It'll come Tuesday. Right. Do you know what they were talking about? They were talking about pizzas.
Were they not talking Norwegian?
I don't know.
Was someone put on a Norwegian thing?
Gotta be honest.
I don't know who he
My
was talking
Norwegian's
to.
not the best.
I don't know who he was talking to though, because at first I thought it was Matt H, but I don't know.
I'll speak Norwegian in Gorton.
Speak English in Gorton.
For that, I mean,
I don't
that
know.
might have been the words that they said, but what was the context? What was the context? Have you been upgrading your hotel room? They want more cash. We'll sort it for Tuesday though.
I know.
That could easily have
Anything,
been
yeah,
it, couldn't
yeah.
it? Like,
Of course.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it, when people do bang all these things. I mean, you've seen all those. Is it Joe and Co? What they do when they put people's faces on and voices. I think they're just brilliant the way they do. But people just sit there, don't they, and just go, right, we'll take that out of context and we'll put that into there, and we'll, because technology just it always baffles me. As you know, we talked about something today, and I'm like, when I see things going, I go, what? And you think he's really saying it. So, joke. If he's going to come, mate, the Sancho kid is going to come. I'll wait and see.
Can't do that, Trev. You can't just wait and see. You've got
you
to
can't,
know
because
now. You've got to know. Everyone
that's
needs to
not
know.
fucking coming on in a transfer window again.
Yeah.
But because it's just
We'll
so.
wait and see. It might happen. It might not. I'm not bothered.
But it's just everyone just gets all thinking about it. You know what I
People
mean?
get angry, mate.
They get angry, it's like-
They don't even like to hear.
That's
Do they get angry? They're in the comments angry.
They don't even like to
Someone
hear, we
put
don't
it
know.
like you put someone the other day about someone, right? I don't know what it was. Some totally irrelevant. Not irrelevant. I mean, was relevant to transfer? And they went, just sign Sancho now. Yeah. And then he triggers someone, just sign Sancho now.
It's like United could put a tweet out about, like, I don't know, a remembrance service, and the reply would be, announce Sancho.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, remember, someone could die, like a legend at the club, and it could be like, rest in peace, whoever. And the first 20 replies will be, announce Sancho when we're signing Sancho.
Yeah.
You're like,
Mate,
you're
honestly,
not well.
there are people.
You're mentally ill.
I mean, we all play video games, and signing the players is the fun part. But there's like literally everything else about football is more important than the transfers, and more fun than the transfers. I think there's a lot of people are like football fans for transfer season, and then sound will see in January or December. Let's be real.
Not bothered now.
For the speculation.
I just think go back to the old ways. Transfer you can buy whenever you want, right through the season.
Yeah,
And
but then Jim White don't get his tie out.
Yeah.
And actually, I remember that because it was like the third Thursday in March, wasn't it, that you could sign up to. People still did last minute deals like, I'm going to get through the last 6 weeks of the season with this lot.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's true. I just think, just go back to that. It's like, well, again, I'm well documented with my argument about the academies having worked there. No, get rid of them. They're a joke. Academies were a joke. Top 6 were a joke.
Yeah.
So 1,000 kids that go through them academies, no. Go back to the old school. 16, you get a trial for Man United, City, Everton, whoever you get a trial for. No, I didn't mention the other ones, did I? Not mention them.
Done. Cool.
So you get a trial, right? 16. Bang, you get signed on, you've got 2 years to prove it.
Yeah.
Right, let's go for it. Because the kid then has to work his trots off to do it. But if you, unfortunately, brainwash kids at 9 and 10 that they're playing for Man United, and then there's no support network after that. It's chaotic.
Yeah.
So go back to that, having a kid. Listen, Jesse did it. Rashford's done it. My man Greenwood's done it. Been at the club since he was 7 and 8. That is a hell of a long time.
Yeah, of course.
And if you do the statistics of that, I would like the stats. That's one for you kids to work out, find out how many kids playing in the Premier League now started off as a 6 or 7 year old at the satellite system, gone through to the academy and gone through
and made the debut for
and
that
made the
club.
debut.
For that club,
for
let alone
that
any
club. No. And the salary is not.
There's not that many in like the under 18s.
No.
That have
And
been
it's
there, like,
0.1%.
I swear, mate. Honestly,
is that the post he did?
That was why they did
Yeah.
it. Or 0.28.
I thought that, yeah, something like that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you won't get, and then you get the people just signing people just to stop people cracking on. I had a debate about Jack Rodwell the other day, and when we were in for him, weren't we? We were looking at him.
when
Yeah,
he was at
City
Everton.
signed him.
And he was really, really good kid. He had good, I'd watched him a few times myself, and I thought, yeah, he's got something. And City just signed him just to stop us from getting him, and then never played him, and gets injured, and then Ed goes
Yeah.
because they're not understanding it. They're not understanding that players want to play. They want to play, and if you're not in that first team at 21, mate, look,
Yeah,
you
it's
need
not
to go.
happening. The under 23s as an age group is fucking nuts because no one's like on the cusp of their 23rd birthday, not a sniff of playing for United and gonna be any good.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
I mean, it's one of them. I think Chris Casper holds the record. I think Chris Casper was playing in the reserves like someone he was 26,
Wow.
Really?
and then went on to went on to play at Bury or manage Bury
Yeah,
or
he went
something.
back- he went managing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he
but
managed
it's
Bury when he
because
was very
again
young.
that thing about you love Man United.
Yeah.
We love Man United. Do you know what I mean? And you will do, and you just like, I'll hang on, another season, or another season, or another season. So why are these kids now? The question we got to ask is why are these kids now going abroad to learn the trade and then coming back?
Because the Premier League's cutthroat. You've
Right.
got managers last 6 months at best. So when he's got a 17-year-old prospect
Yeah.
or the guy on 50 bag a week,
Yeah.
he goes with the guy on 50 bag a week because
Yeah.
he thinks he's probably going to get him done. Whereas there actually might be a bit of talent in those 17-year-olds if they actually trusted them. But the managers aren't there long enough to be able to even look at what's in
Yeah.
the academy and start bringing them through. That's the problem.
And that is the issue you see coming today with Jose. People forget that. People go, oh, he won't try him, but his methods was he wasn't tried and tested. If I've got you and Steve's on 150 Premier League games and he's an all right player, he's a good player, he's on the starting 16, he's on the bench, comes on, and I've got you, a prospect, Jay, who's like, everyone's raving about this kid, he scored so-and-so, but he's only 18. I'm under pressure, can't really put him in.
You saw that with Jose when he was at Chelsea because everyone sort of beat him with that stick, didn't they? He had De Bruyne and he had Salah, but he won the league that season. And I think it was a point that he was making was that he hadn't got time to be nurturing talent.
And that's
waiting.
why I said go back to
You know
that
what I mean?
thing,
And
go
that
back
was
to that.
That was his MO, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 years, bang, trial. You've got the pro forms, mate. 2 years, you're in.
It's just getting
and we
hard.
start playing you.
I mean, you're not better than me,
He's
but
18.
it seems to be getting harder though for these kids as well because you look at like Chelsea. Always
Got to
win
be an
the FA Youth
international
Cup.
to make a debut now.
They always win the FA Youth Cup. They're bringing in players. And what when Lampard took over, they had like 49 players out on loan.
63.
63
63
players out on loan.
But Jay couldn't sign anyone.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
And then they got the
5
ban lifted.
teams out on loan.
And then they didn't sign anyone by
Yeah.
choice.
Do you know what I mean?
I just
mate?
think,
Come on.
I just think, I look at the game and it has evolved and it does, you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? But you just go, sometimes, this kid here, he's not bad at him, but yeah, Delort.
Yeah.
So Delort's coming on here and done exceptionally well. Right? It's 2 or 3 games. Oh, 2 or 3 games. Come on, are you impressed? You must have thought
When
he's
he
not
first
bad this
came
game. When he
in,
first
he did
came in,
well.
Steve.
Yeah,
I don't mean.
on the ball good defensively, no.
Right. But he's come in, he's thinking, not bad. And then where have you played him? Have you played him higher up on the pitch then?
Yeah, on the wing. Was it against?
Right.
I can't remember.
I don't know, but he played one of the wide and then he had a bit of a...
Played
he-
right wingate, young boys.
and he had... Not bad, and then they played him again, and it's like, his head's gone.
Yeah.
Now, this is my worry about Greenwood. Right, this is my worry. Right. This kid, for me, is an out-and-out number 9. Natural, raw, deadly with either foot.
Yeah.
Either foot.
Right.
Now, we then start to go, yeah, well, we're playing wide. We're playing in the 3. We're playing wide on the right.
Right.
Where he drifts in and out of the game.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really know in terms of the intellect of about a right winger.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's not played there. He's there to score goals. Now, here's the analogy. Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Same scenario. Look at Welbeck. Unbelievable in the academy. In the reserves. Came on. Number 9. Boom, boom, boom. We played him out left. I think we played him against Leeds. Out left or something like that. Fergie, because we were short. But he did all right. Next game, he did all right. Play him again, his head's gone. So now he was known as a wide player.
Yeah.
Not down the middle. Our man, Martial,
Yeah.
Mr. Sulker.
Right.
Right?
Hey, it's not fucking sulking much with
Well-
Solskjaer, though, is it?
Well, the thing is, because again, right, here's a scenario now. You take him out of his comfort zone, his position. Of course he can do a job on the wide. Of course he can. But we know that's where he wants to play. Do not, please, let this happen to Greenwood, where we go, he has a few bad games and we don't see him. For me at the moment, it should be a like for like. So we'll play Martial for 70 minutes and then bang Greenwood down there.
Yeah.
Simple, like for like. Oh, we start with him.
Physically, he's still learning.
He's still exactly our kid. But if you look at our strike force, we had a banter, didn't we, on Twitter with some people about the partnership, and you're going, you idiots. So you don't know about Colin Keane.
Yeah,
You don't know about Teddy and Ollie. You don't know about Kiddo and or do you know what I mean? Stuff like
What
that.
about having the depth?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
The depth's
No,
important.
some kid. What did they put? I can't remember what.
I can't remember. It was about partnerships. wasn't it?
Partnerships. Do you know what I mean? And you're just going. So, if Yorkie.
Well, that was it. Was because Martial and Rashford.
Well,
had
yeah,
that,
that's right, Mark,
understanding,
that's right.
Praising each other, and everyone likes to pit them against one another,
Yeah.
don't they? And it becomes this thing where, and I've seen it already with Greenwood. It's like, well, Rashford, he's got to go now.
Yeah.
It's time for Greenwood.
Time for
He's got to
Greenwood.
go.
Yeah.
He's just had his best season ever. He's 22 years old,
Do you know
and
what
now
I mean?
it's time for him to go.
Do you know what I mean?
Just
So for me,
fuck
it's
off.
like, if Coley was injured, Yorkie didn't play.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
rarely.
Yeah.
Right. It was Ollie and Teddy. Or
It
every
took
now
him-
and again.
It took him a couple of months, and it was like October when he was like, oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought,
Before he
if you
found
remember
out.
when we bought York, and I think it was Charlton,
Yeah.
and I think it started York and Ollie, and they both scored
Yeah.
2 goals.
And I thought that's
and
what
I
it was
thought
gonna
that's it.
I
now.
did, yeah.
And Cole and Sheringham came on,
Yeah.
but then something just clicked in it.
Yep.
With York and Cole,
You know what I
and
mean?
they were on the wavelength, and that was it.
Very rare. If you look at percentage, it's very rare where they play together. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, Pally and Brucey. You know what I mean? And then Ronnie Johnson and Berg. They were the pair.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So if Pally was injured, very rare you see Brucey playing without him. And so you just think to yourself, these partnerships can evolve and can be great. But I
Where'd you
don't
watch
think.
the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final?
Where did I watch it?
Yeah,
There.
you did Rotterdam,
Fair play.
There, mate.
right?
I was on my sofa at home
I'm Russia.
because I was 6. What?
I'm Russia.
And Russia, yeah, but no one cares about Russia. This is the
I was
the
there, mate.
official
I was there, mate. Unbelievable.
European Cup
we
Winners'
were
Cup
in
fan
our
club.
stand. In our, we went.
Yes, we love that.
Bring
game.
it back. It was the best trophy that the world
Yeah.
ever seen.
We went with the
They're
club.
always going on about
Because you
that.
got to remember again how the club's evolved. Back then, Fergie again, what he created from the cleaners right through to the top. You can't. Everybody spoke about it.
What do you think about Johan Cruyff's choice of wearing a Mac on the sideline?
I love Johan Cruyff.
Chain smoker, wasn't it?
Do whatever he wants.
Fucking madman. I've been reading his autobiography at the minute.
I'll tell you a
He's
cracking
off
one.
his
I'll tell you a
fucking
cracking one.
tits, he is.
Yeah,
when we signed Yordi
yeah.
and his missus was international for Holland, I think, women's football, and he
Right.
came into the cliff and he said to my mate Dave Ryan, Ryan was charged of the community and the academy goalkeeper, and he came in and Dave was heavily involved in women's football then, before we started in 2002, by the way. I thought I'd drop that one in. And Dave was heavily involved in women's football, and he was managing Oldham then. And Jordi Cruyff came in and he said, I've been given your name to speak to you about my girlfriend. She plays football. And Dave goes, oh yeah, you should play for her, mate. He goes, she's played quite well. She's international. Oh yeah, right, okay, yeah. He goes, maybe she can have a trial here. He said, we don't have a team here, but I can give you a few teams. Who might
Oldham's
be able to-
this.
Yeah, I can give you a few teams, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and we're looking at Dave, and he's not clocking it, and we're going, Dave doesn't know who this is. he thinks it's some bloke, just random bloke wandered into the cliff
With a
and
mad
goes,
accent.
You know what I mean? So he goes, yeah, he goes, I'll let you know. So and he goes, okay, thanks very much. And when he walked out, we went, do you know that was a gaffer? He went, no, he went, Jordi Cruyff. Because what? Yeah, his missus, he plays fucking for the United. He's like, oh, he's like, and you're giving her dog shit United to go and play for them. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was superb, mate. Oh, superb.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know, great stuff. But I just think, you know what I mean? United at the moment, yeah. Listen, it's still in transition period with all that. You know what I mean? What really annoyed me, I think, is that because when we had this discussion, didn't we, on the other channel that we did, I wasn't an Ollie man. You know that.
No.
And listen, not a kid person. I love him. He's a great bloke. He's a top player. But that's not a prerequisite for him to be a manager. And I say, anybody here, if we can go away to PSG, one of the hardest teams ever, and we beat them, and then we lose 11 games on the trot, and you're still in that seat, what's that about? Because the club never came out and said, there was no honesty and transparency to say, right, we're going to do what they have done up the road and stuck with the manager for 4 or 5 seasons. If they say that, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
We know where we're at. But they didn't do that. They delayed that. So we're going, what's happening? We're losing games here. Is he technically very good? What's his strategy? Can he go from plan B, plan A, plan B? What? And we weren't getting that. But I think you see it now that obviously it's our realisation. This is what we've got to do. We've got to keep with him. We've got to back him. But if you don't give him the dosh like he requires, if you don't give him
Louis got the same
lands,
treatment.
you know what I mean?
Jose got the same treatment.
and it's
It's all the same, innit? Two seasons for Louis.
wrong.
Two and a bit for Jose.
Jose should have had more, man. And listen, if you cannot promise him...
Oh, that fucking party was over.
I know, but listen, our kid, you can't promise a man money. I can't say to you, come with me, Steve. Come on, I'm giving you 50 mil, and then you're getting 20.
But it was that run where it ended him.
I know, because he didn't give a shit, did he?
Do you know what?
No, he
though,
didn't.
with Jose,
That's it.
right?
You can't turn that round.
They should have made that decision in the summer.
Yeah.
They did the worst of both worlds
Yeah.
because they kept him
Yeah.
and didn't back him.
So
you either say, right,
Yes.
listen, you got us a second, thank you,
Correct.
but you're not for us.
Correct.
Here's your payoff, off you go.
Yeah.
Or
But
give
they
him
didn't.
what he's
They
after.
kept him on and went, here's Fred who you don't want.
But he
Here's
also
Stallone
was
who
like-
you don't rate, and here's a third choice.
But let's
keeper.
look at it. Look,
He was
all
also
the-
trying to get a Shaw, Pogba,
Yeah,
and
right.
Marshall.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
but
what
look,
I mean, though. But
but-
they had to make a decision, and they didn't. They just
But
left
why
it.
though? Because you know, at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. The manager rules the roost. I'm old school. No, mate.
No,
honestly.
he should, but I don't think he does.
Well, no, you're right. It doesn't, but it should.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm saying to you now, Pogba would not go like that in front of Fergie. Right, Martial would not go like that in front of Fergie. Any player would not. The great legend is gone now. You're a manager, I come in, bang. You tell me anybody who don't come in with their own team. Someone says to me, Trev, I want to do a podcast about football, Man United, I'm going, right, I want Jay, I want Howson. That's what I want. That's my team.
Yeah.
If you say to me, no, you're having so-and-so, I'm going, I'm not doing it. Not having it.
With Jose,
You cannot
That was
promise
how it
the
got
man
on. That was how
X
it got
amount, and so therefore, why should I then, if you're promising me this and that, and I'm not getting it, why should I give you 100%?
Yes, but also you got to make do with what you've got. You can't just sulk, because then nothing's going to happen, innit? I agree that he wasn't backed, fucking totally.
yeah.
But there's be a fucking man about it, man.
You know as well, Trev. He was sending out messages with the United team when he's got 3 at the back against West Ham, and Scott McTominay's staying on the pitch, and he's taking off Lindelof. When he's putting Ander Herrera at centre back against
But he's doing it on
Spurs, and
purpose,
we're
isn't he?
Exactly.
He's doing it.
He's sending out a message, and we
but
can't.
this is-
we
but
can't-
this
can't
is-
have that
Jose.
going
But this is the intellect of the man.
It's madness,
This is the
mate.
intellect of the man, and he knows what the score is. You can't
course,
tell
I'm not
him.
denying that.
And them above going, Woodward, you dick.
Mate, we went to Anfield, right? And
Yes.
it's like they're down our left-hand side,
Yeah.
and he takes off his fullback and brings on Fellaini.
Brings on Fellaini.
And leaves Paul Pogba sat on the bench.
I know.
He's literally spat his dummy out, right, and going, right, I've had enough.
But you
And
know,
I'm gonna-
again, I mean,
and you can't carry on.
We don't need to regress about that, but we know it's a
Yeah,
big
you
personality
can't.
thing as well. And you know what I mean?
I mean,
Pogba.
he would have just taken down the entire ship just to prove a point. He
would
was
have done.
He was at that point, and it was like, but we shouldn't have gone into that season the way
We
did.
should never go into that
We should
scenario.
have said, right, listen.
Like I said to you,
summer,
you can say what you want
we've
about
had
him.
enough now.
He's one of the best defensive coaches we've ever had in Europe, ever. And the man, you know what I mean? So, you know what, listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough there at Tottenham, isn't it, if you don't get
Well,
the
he's
dosh.
already,
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that seems like an odd marriage to me. That. Hey,
You would have thought that? No
him
one
and
would have thought
Daniel
that.
Levy together.
I know.
Come up with that one.
With money.
I wonder if I'll do first.
I don't know.
Although,
Well, there was talk, wasn't there, as part of a takeover, and it's like, but you know when you say like no man's bigger than the club, but he'll think he is bigger than that club.
fucking right,
Because
Will.
he's
Yeah, but-
right.
yeah, but-
more people know Jose Mourinho is than know anything about
all right
Spurs
then. So
worldwide.
if Fergie walked into, I don't know, any other Premiership club, is he not bigger than the club?
Fergie don't count.
Oh, hi.
God don't
Fergie
compare himself to
transcends
men.
football.
Hey, transcends.
Above all that.
So if he's God who created God. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, though?
I get
And-
it.
So,
yeah.
and-
I'm with you on the manager thing. I think the manager.
the football was
the
listen. The football was
main man, but come
was
on,
dire.
it was done.
The football was dire. We know that. But again, that was him making his point, and I totally understand it. You know what I mean? And you just have to sit back and analyze it and go, well, why did this happen? Because of A, B, and C, not because he was just a shit manager or he was crap. Look at the results we're having. Because then you got to go. We've lost 8 games on the bounce. Why is Ollie still sat in that seat? See?
I think
That 2-second silence was like 10 minutes because
Well, I think
that's the
They
argument.
made a rod for their own back, though, didn't they? Because they appointed him permanent manager after he lost those first 2 games. We lost to Wolves and we lost to Arsenal. And on the back of that, they appointed him permanent manager. So when he loses another 6 games, they can't go, right, well, actually, it's 8 on the bounce now.
I think
Hold on a
they-
minute.
whatever it
Hold on a
is.
minute.
sort of
Did
leaked,
David
didn't they?
Moyes not draw 7 games and we got rid of him?
Yeah, but that.
Oh, no. This is important.
Right, go on.
He drew 7 games. He
Yeah.
did not lose. We gave this man arrogantly, Man
He lost
United.
6.
Arrogantly, Man United, we're giving him a 6-year contract. Who in the hell,
Only just
apart from
finished that.
Newcastle,
Only just finished that, by the way.
you know what I mean? Apart from Newcastle, gives their manager that. And then we lose everything and you go,
But
I
the
still
different
can't
starting
over
point.
yeah,
No, it's like me saying, I'll race Usain Bolt, but I'm starting at the 90.
yeah. You
And
still
I'll
beat her.
him. Yeah, I probably would beat me. Just got to get over the line. And
I know.
that's the difference. Like, Moyes took over.
They had to. Once they appointed him permanent manager, Ole, they had to, no matter what, leave it to the end of the season. Because you can't be giving someone a job in March and sacking him in April. That's beyond ridiculous, even by United standards. And he had to bite the bullet and say, right,
Hold on a minute, why can't you?
Come on. Because he was under pressure himself.
But if you're not,
He knew he was.
if you made a mistake, swallow, just go. You made a mistake. Listen, you've just said it, Stephen. I'll reiterate. How many managers, and I'm with you on this, managers are not given a fair shout.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, managers should be given a 3-year contract. End of. After 18 months, let's evaluate and assess, and then we're going to extend it. No, you're getting managers coming in. Yeah, then my man at Crystal Palace.
Oh,
Well,
4 games.
the boy, I was
Oh
thinking of him.
my days!
4 games.
What? Listen,
Well, lost
and
the
because
ball
why?
heavily,
Because he wanted
But
to change.
But
Yeah.
he had a brand new system.
Right.
And they're like, why has the system not worked in 3 days?
Right. Yeah, then. Even in the worst, and I can't stand them now. Leicester. What it did to my man.
Ranieri.
Are you having a laugh? They've just won the league.
He should have been able to relegate them.
Yeah.
And it'd be happy days.
Yeah.
We've won the league 5,000 to 1. Or something like
Yeah, it
that.
was.
Millions of pounds of people.
Yeah.
And because the man's come in and said, right, we've got to up it this, we've got to up it now because we're in the Champions League and you're training
And
twice
it's
a day.
fucking well
You're
hard
training
now.
twice a day and they're saying, no, we're not. And we know people,
there was a lot
prominent,
going on there.
well, no prominent people have said, I'm not training twice a day. And then booted him out instead of saying, you know what, right, you're not fitting, you've done what you've done, we're taking you upstairs. You can be the president of this club. There's not even a statue for the man.
That was the greatest achievement post-Fergie in the Premier League.
What? Without
What
a
Ranieri
doubt.
did, easily.
Without
No
a
one's come
doubt.
close.
Apart from Ollie coming third.
Oh, yeah. So, Ollie and Ranieri, those
Yeah,
are
the
the
quite a
two
fan,
biggest
quite a fan of you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, those are the 2 biggest achievements post-Fergie in the Premier League.
And Frank Lampard this year, obviously.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Well, all the young managers. Don't forget all the young managers, really.
Yeah.
Don't realise so. But you know what I mean? You just think to yourself, what the hell is these clubs? What do they want? And it seems arrogant.
Are you feeling any better towards Ollie? Since
Yeah,
we last
listen,
spoke?
I have
But
to-
last time me and you were like, it was pretty dark times. You were like, don't know, I don't know into this one.
Listen, all I'm saying to you is this: is me manager right, and I'll have to support him. I support any manager that comes into Man United because I'm a fan. I'm supporting any manager that comes into Man United. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, and arrogantly, you're only assessed on what you win.
Right.
You're only assessed on the trophies that you come through that door with. End of, because you can look back and go, yeah, well, I managed Cardiff, but I took them down. I managed Bromborough, and I got 2. Well, that's Denmark. You know what I mean? Now, at the end of the day, any manager who wins the Premier League, bang, give him credit. You got to give him credit. So if he wins the Premier League, and if you win, the FA Cup, and you see this Europa thing, I'm not interested in it.
Well, you're on about it's fucking greatest competition the world's ever
Well,
seen.
it's true,
Behind
yeah.
the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but the Subbuteo Cup. Listen, you don't play
Oh, he's
Subbuteo.
still
Subbuteo, mate. That is the one
remember
to win.
Subbuteo,
That is the one to
mate,
win.
back in the day.
You know what I mean? Subbuteo, mate.
Yeah, but Trev remembers it in black and white.
But you know what I mean? I just listen, I'm not interested, mate. Do not tell me that we've won 9 games on the trot. All right, fantastic.
I get you want
Because you've
trophies
lost
and you want
11
something
games on the top,
tangible.
and that's relegation fodder. So I want tangible. Listen, he's my manager. I support him. Like I said to you, it's not a personal thing. It's just outside of that. Can he make Man United great again? Who knows?
You've made the point, Anya, several times that it may well be that the next manager gets the benefit of some of the things that Ollie's done with the youth, with it bringing through. And the
Same way
signings.
like Louis.
Do you know what I mean? You may well
Debuted
see
a
that.
shitload of
Someone may
people.
come in and go, right, you know what?
Hold on a minute. Hasn't Ollie got the benefit of Jose? Earmarking Maguire, earmarking Bruno. Listen, you got to remember when he put a bid in for Leicester, they wanted 50 and he said 60. He wanted Willian. They wanted 60. He put him for 50.
Some sort of swap deal.
10 million. So the board is saying, no, you're not doing it. Are you having Willian now? Are you having him?
Probably
As an
yeah,
import
I'm in the
player.
Squad, but yeah,
He's not my first one through the door.
No, but
I
you're
wouldn't
having
turn
him, aren't you?
out, yeah.
Exactly.
As long as there's not any swap deals
So it's
involved.
about managers benefiting. Whether you like it or not, every player that's coming from Man United has been earmarked. You go past all the records, go on at it, and he's got Jose likes him. Jose's looking at him. Jose's da-da-da-da. Van Bissaka. this and that, my man, blah, 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 blah. So we're benefiting it.
Who earmarked Pogba then? Because I think Raiola came out when it happened, didn't he? He said it's been going on for 2.5 years, this.
Was that not starting the moment he left? It
Yeah.
was
Always that the
getting
option,
back.
didn't it? The option.
And it just spiralled to ridiculous.
It's the
costs.
option, wasn't it? I mean, and again, like I said, you can't blame the man. Yeah, Lukaku scoring goals for fun. Now listen, all that. Listen, he was not brought in with his first touch before he give me that.
No, I'm not saying he was.
Right.
But come on, Trev.
No, listen.
It was hard work.
No,
watching
listen.
that
Listen
side,
to
mate.
me. Now it's about
Why?
service. Am I right? You're going to get this in your team. You're going to get this in your team, mate. Your kid up there in your team is going to be scoring goals for fun.
We play at level 16, Trev. Going for the fucking Champions League. Going for the Manchester League.
No, your passion. You. Let's come in here to start
No
the
pressure,
season.
Right? Yeah.
Let's come in here to start
If
the
you're in the Champions
halfway
League,
through the season. Let's come in here.
next
Like,
season,
you'd be
you're a
like,
failure.
fucking lost today. You don't dog and duck team. We lost today. We missed a set. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it's one of those. If you're not scoring goals, boom. Lukaku was brought in to score goals. What was the point of his first touch? His service. If he give him the service, he's having it. You're talking, tell me now, with Rashford on one side and possibly Sancho on the other side, giving it. He's not scoring goals. Is he not scoring goals?
Yeah, but
No, you know,
but Martial's scoring goals. Oh, that's the thing.
But Martial's a different player.
But you can't have them both. Like one of them's going to be number 9. That's the point.
No, why? You have 2 number 9s, 3 number 9s. My man's injured. Then listen, my man just come through the door now. We won't name him too early. My man just come through the door now. If Howson's off, he steps in. He steps in.
Seriously.
Trev's going to have a 1+8 as well. Is that wrong?
Listen, mate, I'm telling you now, the man should score goals.
I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you
It's
what
got hard work.
It's controversial. I'm going to controversy
you,
now.
Really?
It's controversy now.
Looking at them fucking comments you have been for the last hour.
Here's going to concept now. What do they say? Who's that twat? Who's that twat? I'm telling you now, who would have fitted into the system really now that we're playing football
I'm
now?
scared. I'm actually scared.
Hang on. Please cut me out of the screen a sec. Because I feel like it's going to be fucking mental. There we go.
Go on.
Who do you think? Just sold him.
Who? Sanchez.
Right, listen to what I'm saying to you now. Listen to what I'm saying to you now.
Right,
And
go
if
on.
you,
No,
if you sit here now and tell me I'm wrong,
I'll
when he
listen to
first come
I'll
to
listen to
United, when he first come to United, United wasn't even on his level. The man was two or three passes above them. His work rate off the pitch, his movement, everything.
Right.
There was no one giving him that.
Right.
You've got Bruno now, and you've got Pogba playing really well. His movement now, happy days.
You're
He would have
right.
fitted in. He would have
You're
fitted
probably
in.
right. But I think the water under the bridge has been
It's
too
gone.
much now.
It's gone. But I'm just
And I
saying.
think what he represents in his wage, I think he unbalances the score.
Yeah,
but
but we
we-
have to look at the performance as well. I get where you're coming from, but towards the end as well, especially, it was hard work, man.
You said to me
Watching
today,
this-
you said, come in and give the podcast some controversy and
No,
get
I
going.
didn't.
So I'm doing
I
it.
just
That's
said
what you
come in
said
and
to me.
talk.
Right.
I know what you like.
If you're going to write abuse, leave a like first. No, don't worry about it.
You know what I mean? But for me, I just think, no. You see,
Sanchez
there's
should've
too
gone,
many,
Lukaku should've gone,
there's
Jose
too many
should've gone.
red tinted glasses. You lot are just, Man United, cap one off.
Hang on a minute.
I'm going to have to get a notepad out
Bollocks.
to write down the crazy shit you said in here
Bollocks.
today.
Jay does sound like
Say as it is. Say as it is. Say as it
I'm
is.
not being funny.
Controversy.
but It's not controversy, right?
Lukaku can score goals. He wasn't there to bring him for his touch. He wouldn't bring him for his touch.
But he scored in
Right,
fits and
service.
starts. How many goals did he get?
Right, well,
against
give the
top
man the
six?
service.
Mate.
Sanchez, right, was just too quick for United when he first come in. His movement, his passing, there was no one on his level. The man's got pissed off like, I can't be arsed. Play him down the middle. He scored 31 goals for Arsenal. Down the middle. Not on the wing, down the middle.
Right.
Is Greenwood? Would Greenwood score 31 goals from the right, coming in? No, he wouldn't. Would he score 30-odd goals, 40 goals down the middle?
Yes.
Without a doubt. Play him in the position. Stop fucking up. Excuse me. Messing about.
I don't even know what you're shouting at before.
Yeah, but all this, playing,
don't even know why you're shouting
playing
at
players
me.
in the wrong
What do you want me
positions
to do?
and
What-
expecting miracles out of
Do you know
him.
what I mean?
It's not go.
All I've said was,
He's got vodka in
all
that
I've said
water.
was, I think it was time for Sanchez to go.
I'm saying to you now, I would have loved to have seen him in this system now.
Right, all right, fair enough.
I would have loved to have seen his movement in this system now.
Right, fair enough. I just think it was done. I think it was done with Sanchez at United.
You know what I mean?
Ace Nog says, are you drinking furniture polish, Trev?
I love it, our kid. I love it. Love it. But this is where it is, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's too many red mist fucking glasses Oh, United this, United that. Nah, man. Mate, I'm 62 years of age, mate. I've seen it all. Been there, done it.
So, what was your favourite season watching United and why was it 1991?
You know what? For me, the best thing about watching United all these years is just seeing the class of 92 coming through. Yeah. And you know, my first game was Tottenham. I think it was about 67, something like that. I've seen Bestie, Lob, Pat Jennings. You know what I mean? And seeing everything, they were great times. And you know, we used to have a Friday night game, coaches team. You know what I mean? And I lined up with me, Pancho Pearson, Kiddo, you know what I mean? And like Joe Royal inside the gym, and I'm thinking, me? What the fuck?
Joe Royal at United?
And then, yeah, just because he was a mate of Ron Atkinson's at the time.
I know he's a massive mate of Fergus, isn't he, as well?
Proper. So we used to have coaches teams, you know what I mean? So you're playing amongst these lads, you know what I mean? He used to play long, you know, used to watching services. Bestie came in for 10 minutes. Someone says to me, George, best playing? I was like, yeah, right, it is Friday night. Next man, I just saw his Irish accent. I was like, oh my God.
When's it?
I'm probably about 20, I'm probably about 25, then 26. Really? I was like, oh my God. And I was just playing part-time at Stockport County.
What's that, 80s? Mid-80s?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, he came in and he scored 2 goals and went. I don't care. I've been on the pitch. I'm not even touched, but I've been on the pitch. But so, you know, to see everything, the transition. Listen, I love Man United, you know what I mean? But I just think the fans are different now. It's just these young ones who just expect, because we've done everything for 27 years, and it's like, you know, it should continue, and then it's just too red mist. And like I said, you're not giving managers time, you're not giving players time. You know what I mean? It's just like, play them in the right positions and perform, do what they do. But you know, all these systems, 4-5-1 and fucking Stretford Paddocks, 11 plus 9 or whatever they're fucking playing, and that's the fans on it. You know what I mean? And then you got people from fucking Birmingham coming in, think that they're fucking experts, and you've got, you know, support your fucking local teams, man. Do you know what I mean? Fucking Walsall, do you know what I mean? Fucking West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah, West Brom's.
Fucking Albion, do you know what I mean? I have an affinity to West Brom. I was there at that match. I was there. West Brom 5, United 3.
I'm overstimulated.
I was there, mate. Yeah, it was fantastic. But because obviously Glenn Cantell was a mate of mine, and you know what I mean, seeing and Remy, you know what I mean. So seeing them kids, great, mate. Times have changed radically. They can't leave a stand. You know what I mean? What we got now? The stadium needs fucking fixing now, doesn't it? But
He's
no
a
doubt,
baby wipe, done it, and a catcher.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But listen, United, it's a great bit of banter. It's great, innit? But yeah, a lot of the younger ones now, there's just fucking no idea, mate. It's all shite. Well, yeah, but what someone said, yeah, but United could do that. No, we can't. But someone said, no, mate. We should be getting this. Sancho. Have we not getting them? We've not getting them. Sancho.
We haven't actually.
Done well, actually. You've diverted the attention away from Sancho.
You've totally fucking
to the
nailed that.
About Jose Mourinho.
Right, for anyone that's just tuned in, the Sancho deadline was meant to have been today. Word on the street is Michael Zorc's come out and saying, like, we ain't selling him, we're planning for him this season. Then everyone got a little bit confused about him. He must have mentioned a contract in whatever announcement he's done. He's not signed a new one. It's just the same one he already had.
Not that it's reliable, but
Excuse me. This is our show.
I know I already got that.
Get his own show. Don't get his
Um,
own show.
Right, mate, honestly.
There's also been some breaking that Sancho will bang in a transfer request as well, which was kind of muted a couple of weeks ago, that might be the case if things don't hurry up, and that might have also been for what the deadline was.
Right, here's one then. So you start him then, do you?
Tune in next week for Trev's Brew.
You start him.
Sancho. I told you this, didn't I? I said, just give him a mic. We don't even need a mic.
You start Sancho. You start Sancho on one side, so we're going for the wingers.
Right.
Who's on the other? He's on
I'm
the
scared
side.
to say because you'll shout.
No. Who's to say?
Right. At the moment,
Sid James.
no. If you're gonna play, if Sancho starts, it's Martial down the middle, and Rashford on the left.
Okay, yeah, I
And
love
then
that.
you rotate with Greenwood.
I love that.
Right.
Rotating where? Where'd you put Greenwood?
Wherever the fuck you want.
Well,
Oh, so you put him wide right there?
can I speak before you start shouting at me?
Go on.
Right.
Where you put
Put him
him?
down the middle.
Correct.
Number 9.
Correct.
A wise man just told
Like
me.
for
that he's
like.
like for like.
Don't be trying to put the kid into
No.
a position where you're putting pressure on him to produce. Play him where he's comfortable. As he gets more mature, you can get out there. Look at Giggsy going winger, midfield, brains, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Giggs, throw in, bang, get a bit of that.
Right, mate, the fucking
What a ball.
Olympiacos game, remember?
What a
So
ball.
about
Do you know what I mean?
Last season.
So
Absolutely ran the show at Old Trafford.
It's nurturing development, but don't expect put pressure on the kid to make him develop into a right winger when he's not a right winger. And if we're going to play Martial, which, you know, he obviously keeps his dummy nice and sweet and he doesn't start crying because he's lost his number 9 shirt and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? He's scoring goals for fun. Happy days. Put a smile on your face. You're happy to play at United. Let your fucking face show it then. Tell your face you're happy.
That's just his way.
Tell your face you're happy.
Do you know what I mean? He's like, scores a great goal, just like... I'm just like that, mate. I'm sorry. I'm just brutal.
Apologise.
I'm brutal.
Right.
Expect nothing less.
Hey, and happy birthday to the legend today, Keno.
Mate.
Yeah, happy birthday to
Oh,
Keno.
mate. Love him.
Do you reckon he's had a cake?
Oh, it would have been more than a cake.
It across the kitchen when it got brought to him.
So would you? Yeah, then here's one for
Go
you,
on.
twos then. Let's go back then now. 2 years then.
Right.
We ain't got a manager.
Yeah.
Keane or Ollie?
Keane or Ollie 2 years ago. Listen, I love Roy Keane. Right, I do. But could he come in and manage Manchester United?
I'm saying 2 years ago.
Why not now?
I'd have him tomorrow.
So why not now? Why are you on about 2 years ago?
Because I just think, because at that
When he
time,
was at Villa, around that time, when he was at Villa with...
It went all right for him as an assistant at Villa.
For a
The thing
time.
is, he's supposed to be good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
The manager being bad cop.
Yeah.
Can't have bad cop, bad cop.
no, but I think him and O'Neill would have been a good partnership. But I think Ollie could have done with Keano there. And another thing I don't get, why haven't we got all the class of 92 involved? Why aren't they involved?
Phil
I
Neville's
reckon-
been involved, hasn't he?
I reckon they're
gigs.
going to buy the club in a few years. I reckon they're
Really?
learning. I think
Good. I hope
think
so.
they're doing an apprenticeship
Probably
at Salford
I think,
with running a club, and I think eventually they'll try and
But
get
for
you
me,
involved.
all them lads should be involved there.
Who's
the backroom
who's
stuff.
involved now? Nicky Butt's involved. isn't
But
he?
yeah,
Is
did a
that
great
it?
job. But
Nicky
Scholes
Butt's
there,
first team
Scholes was there for a bit, and do you know what I mean with the NTs. But all them Giggsy, Neville's, they should be. Even the supermodel Bex, he should be involved somewhere.
He's not
But
got time for that.
well, I know, but well, he's got his own team now, hasn't he?
In
But
Miami.
I just think in terms of like knowing what the ethos that Fergie created, it's difficult when someone leaves. But to try and get a bit of continuity, you know what I mean? Everything it should be carried on forward, and that can only be you're not going to win everything all the time. We know that, but I just think
We made that mistake when Moyes came in. We got rid of the coaching staff. That was the big mistake.
Yes, but again, you know what I mean.
Jimmy Lumsden and Steve Round. I know you don't like slagging off coaches, but come on. That
No,
was
but
it.
what I'm saying to you is, and like I said to you before, this was my example before. You tell me in the history of football what any manager goes into a club and keeps the old regime there. And I know what you're saying.
And also, if Rennie had stayed, we might have been deluded into thinking Moyes actually had a pot of glue. You
Seriously.
might have actually thought if we'd have carried on doing it,
Yeah.
you might have gone. Moyes might have come second maybe
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that coaching
yeah.
staff, and you'd be
It
like, no,
was
give
just-
him time, he'll get
was
it.
just a recipe for
No, you
disaster.
needed to know
Not
what
just
he was
Moyes, but
about.
coming in with them lot
And
as
what it was
well.
about
They were
is
well
just
out of
about
depth.
Sunderland's
It's,
level.
it's difficult, like you
And
say.
even like he kept gigs on that, but what was he? He was the one involved, was he?
You know what I mean?
what
What
I
are you
mean?
doing with Giggs there? You know what you're doing? What are you doing? And you give him 4 days. Give him a chance. Because I'm not being funny here now. If you're telling me Giggs and Ollie, well, Giggs has had that 4 games experience. I'm keeping Giggs in.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but if you bring Ollie in then, bring Giggs in then.
He's got,
Or bring
he's
Ollie
got
in,
a
bring
half a
Keno.
decent rep
Keno
with
would
Wales,
have,
huh?
listen, there's not a lot shenanigans going on now, mate.
Keno would have ended up killing someone.
Well, listen, because you know what, listen, but his
He
standards.
would have been getting charged for GBH.
You've got to
He'd been
remember,
locked up now.
right? Fergie loaded the gun. Keno fired it, right?
Yeah.
His standards, right, were exceptional.
Yeah, I get
Exceptional. And that's what Man United created when we were there.
Maybe full-time travels. I like that. If fucking hell, that's just thrown me. What I was going to say, maybe Keno's standards didn't work at Sunderland and Ipswich and Villa. Maybe Keno's standards can only work at Manchester United, where you can get your Brunos.
Well,
and
no,
Pogbas
I
up to
disagree.
that.
I think what I've learned as a coach, you know what I mean, and I carried on whatever when I left United and I went into different jobs. I carried my ethos and my morals and what I learned at Man United into that. Do you know what I mean? And I think it can work. You just have to shuffle it a little bit for whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
he's Keane, the kind of guy to shuffle.
That's
But
what
yeah,
I mean,
but I
like,
think no, but I think
why
I
didn't
think
it work for him at Sunderland? Why didn't it work for him?
well, he
at
was
Ipswich?
frustrated because again, I think it's
At
one of
Villa
them.
even.
Don't promise people X to get them in and not produce. Don't promise them X. And I think that is the problem. If you go in with your standard to go, well, this is what I've got to work with, but this is what I'm going to lay down. These are my principles. This is my philosophy. This is this, blah, 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 blah. We can work that and grow. But if you go in and go, right, I'm going to give you 50 million and then you only get 20, No. Manager's asking for 5 players. My man up the road, and he's getting 5. We're getting 2.
And the rest.
We're getting 2. No, that's not.
I think
That's
he's
not.
done it on a shoestring, no, Pep. So
I know, but well, there you go. I was a bit skinned.
Nurture the youth.
It is one of those, isn't it? But I think listen. Hopefully, this is a not wanting to sound like a fucking Arsenal fan, but this is a great achievement for him to get where we got finished up this season, and let's move on. But don't come to me next season and go, "Oh, Trev, what do you think? We come 3rd, and
Trophies.
if we win a trophy, run fine.
Well, you've got to keep moving forward.
Got to keep moving
you can't
forward.
Move backwards.
It's going to be harder to finish 3rd though next season.
It's progression, not
season.
regression. And I think the standards that were laid down by the man himself, and Keano is one of those. Look at Ireland. Look at Ireland in the World Cup. It's all right. Why are they in the economy? And the big noises are all doing. They get to the training pitch.
He's not wrong.
It's shit.
Everything he said was absolutely
no
bang on.
gloves or
Bang
something,
on.
And he was like,
But it was like no kit.
No kit.
No
that
kid in
was
the
it,
pitch.
Yeah.
They're in the World Cup here.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not having this.
And this is his country, and he loves his
Doesn't want me,
country.
dog.
He's so proud. He loves his country. And like us, it's the same. And I just think, it's Man United and the realisation. And it's like, Ollie, don't be scared of saying no to these. Don't be scared of saying no to them. But at the moment, there's some incidents where he is.
Right, we need to wrap it up there because these lot have got to
Oh,
get ready
that's
for
a shame,
later.
that.
Trev, can I come on your brew next week?
Legend, mate. Legend. Legend, mate. I loved it. I'm staying now. I'm doing the Birmingham kids bit. I'm staying. I'm doing the Glory Hunter.
Right, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. All of these podcasts are available on iTunes and anywhere decent that you get your podcast from. Make sure you subscribe to come and listen to the audio versions. The lads are going to be back later on for the watch along and the team news. So make sure to keep it locked. Stretford, Paddock for all of those, and we'll see you
Come
guys
back for the game.
Come
in the
back to the
next
game
one.
if you want, mate. You've got an invite.